Well, hey y'all. Hey. Welcome to Keena's Corner. I'm your girl Keena, and I thank you sincerely for being here in my corner. I thank y'all so much. Here on Keena's Corner, I speak facts, opinions, truths, vulnerabilities, and need to knows. Thank you so much if you're here. I'm actually live in two places tonight. I'm live on my Facebook page, Keena's Corner Podcast, and then of course I'm live on YouTube and my editing app. So, if you are here, leave me a comment and I'll catch it at the end. If you come and watch it at a later date, still leave me a comment, a like, give me a share, subscribe. If you feel the need, I'd appreciate it. I also would like to point out for anybody that listens to me weekly, I will be recording next week or I will be live next week, but it'll just be a different day. It'll be Wednesday instead of Thursday next week, just for next week only. Um, my birthday is next week. I'll be 31. So on Thursday I won't be able to be in here, on Thursday. So Wednesday I'm just gonna make sure I get something, get a video out, some content out for y'all. Again, so Wednesday'll be the day that I go live next week, but this just for next week only, simply because it's my birthday and I'll be traveling. I won't be in town on my birthday, on next Friday. So tonight, it's season 3, episode 3. Again, season 3, episode 3. And this is episode 23 in total. 23 in total. So let's jump in. And I was asked to speak on this subject as well. So you can call this a fan's choice too. I think it's an important subject too. So of course, here I am speaking about it. So first, before we jump in, if you read the topic, should women submit to men, right? As a woman, should you submit to your man? We'll get into it and tell you what I think, right? So let me read this to you first before I just jump all the way in. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. I believe in God and His Word. I'm gonna read this to you from the Bible, and it says, "But I would have you know that the head of the woman is the man. The head of every man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God." I'm gonna say that one more time. Let it marinate. Let it soak. Again, I'm gonna read this directly from the Bible. But I would have you know that the head of the woman is the man. The head of every man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God. So that pretty much, if you are a Christian, there's your answer right there. There's your answer. So as a woman, should you submit to a man? For me, yes, absolutely. Yes, you should, right? That was First Corinthians 11:3. Anybody, if you into the Bible, believe in God, that's where I pulled it from. First Corinthians 11:3. So again, that was your answer right there. So yes, and it's a personal, that's definitely an opinion of mine, but I do believe in the Bible. So there it is, spelled out for us right there. So first, what is submission? Pretty much, we're just gonna talk about that. What is it, right? So simplified, honestly, submission is in a marriage or in a relationship is pretty much respect. We make it complicated when it really don't have to be. Submission to a man, to your man, is simply solely respect, based upon respect, right? And then in a previous episode, I told y'all that a man has got to feel respected. He must feel respected. He can do without a lot because a lot of men are not really hard to please, but he must, a necessity, like it's essential. He's got to feel respected by you, right? He's got to feel that. And under that respect comes a bunch of other things, but respect lies up there at the top for this man. He must feel respected. So, like, this is literally you, like, as a woman, respecting how he feels and trying to see things from his point of view, right? That's all it is. It's not what we think it is and what we make it to be as women. I'm gonna say women because I know how we get when this subject comes about. So, a lot of the times when you hear the word submission, or we talk about women and are they willing to submit or not, a lot of times everybody just freak out. Like they instantly they be like, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not gonna do it. I refuse to do it. Now ain't nobody about to tell me what to do. Well, honestly though, a lot of times we have the wrong definition. Like you really have no idea what it is, but I just explained it, right? And a lot of times the women just gonna freak and you just gonna hear them say that what they not doing and they not about to bow down to a man, right? Well, that's not what submission is. Ain't nobody asking you to bow down, baby. That's not what it is. Again, we don't know what it is, and the definitions is clearly messed up for us. That word just, I don't know, it just make everybody freak, right? So let's talk about what submission is not. Since we're on the subject of trying to get, an understanding of what submission is and why you should. Well, what submission is not? Submission is not you being fearful to speak. Ladies, submission is not you being fearful to speak. He's going to let you speak. You should feel comfortable enough, right, to have a voice to state your opinion. If you are in a situation where you feel like you can't give your opinion, you can't talk, you can't speak without being shot down, without being cursed out or whatever, and you live literally, you're living in fear. You're scared to use your voice. That's not submission. That is not what it is. Wrong answer. Try again. Submission is not you not having a voice. Kind of goes in the first one I just said. You do if you're with a real man who understands this and who is, a man who is letting God lead him. He will let you have your voice. Your voice, it ain't going nowhere. You can't be muted. You can't be silenced. He's going to let you have your voice, right? So submission is not you like it's not you not having a voice. You do have a voice. Submission is not letting a man run over you or walk over you or treat you like a doormat. I say all the time, and I've been saying it for years, and I'm going to keep on saying it. If you let somebody walk over you, y'all, you may as well be a doormat. Well, submission is not that. It's not you being a doormat and let anybody do whatever they want to you, and then you stay there and take it. That's not what submission is, right? It's not. Submission is not you doing any and everything that your man asks of you, especially if it doesn't align with God's word. That's big. Let that one sink. That's good. Submission is not you doing any and everything that your man asks of you, especially if it does not align with God's will. We're going to talk about it, but that is super huge. So, like, what is submission as a woman? It means that you speak to him as a man and not a boy, not a child, right? You speak to him as a man, right? And I say this one kind of because you have this one for the women. Say you make more than what your husband or whoever makes. But they still don't give you a right to talk to this man like he's a boy, like a child. And when you do that, that's what he's going to feel like, less than, like a child. Like he can't say nothing back. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You still don't get the right to do that as the woman, even if you make more money, right? As I said in the previous episode, he should still be the king of your castle. He still should be the head of your household. Just period. I don't care what he makes. And I don't care how much more that you make more than him, ladies. You still don't get to talk to him like he crazy or talk to him like you crazy. You still don't get a chance to do that. You don't get to belittle this man, just period. Yes, you can be a boss making money, making your own money, making a lot of money, right? But you still don't get the right to belittle him, to put him down. You don't get a chance to do that. There's not an opportunity to do that. That does not make it right, right? You just think about it. This is the person that you chose to be with. So what if he had a hard time and he got laid off, right? Does that make you more masculine than him or than he? No, it does not. Does it mean that you run a household? No, it does not. Think about it. If you were laid off, right, would he make you feel less than? If you answer yes, then ask yourself, then why are you there? That's a question that you got to answer for yourself. Submission also means not disrespecting him in front of other people. We've already kind of talked about this one in another episode that you don't, as a couple, you don't argue in front of people. But I'm literally meaning you do not disrespect him in front of other people. Imagine how I'm not a man, but I can imagine how like emasculating that would feel for if I, had a woman and I'm a man and she just went off on me in front of everybody. Like she just treated me like I was a child. I just can't even imagine how I feel. Like, ooh, I can't imagine. So submission, it means you're not disrespecting this man in front of other people. It's already bad enough if you choose to argue as a couple in front of other people, because people want to see that, want to see y'all at each other's neck. But if you're gonna disrespect a man in front of other people, you really done it. That's a no. That's not what you do. Submission for you, ladies, is literally you trusting the decisions that he makes. Just period. You are trusting to let him lead, trusting the decisions that he's going to make for you and your household, right? You don't have to worry about it because he's going to consider you in those tough decisions. Or if he needs help with something, he's going to trust your decision making too. He's going to trust your judgment and come to you with these type of things. He still allow you to have a voice, right? You don't have to worry about this when you got a real man. If he's letting God lead his footsteps, Christ, if he's letting Christ lead his footsteps, these are things you don't have to worry about, right? You are literally trusting him to be a good leader, not just a leader, because all leaders are not good. Anybody can lead somebody. You just want to lead people to positivity, right? But it's trusting you to be a good him to be a good leader to you and your children, to the people inside your house. You still should be able to say what you think, say what you feel, and let out your emotions, voice your opinion with no problem. With no problem. Like I just said, it don't mean that you have to hold back your emotions and suppress, what you're feeling or what you're thinking. This don't mean that, right? And just know again, a real man who's led by God won't have you feeling this way. Know that a real man, he won't take you being submissive. He won't take it like he won't use it to his advantage. He won't use this to his advantage. And what I mean is, um, some men will use men, some boys will use the word submit, the idea of submit, to literally control you. Like a controlling man, they love the idea of submission. A controlling man, though, controlling man. You've got to know, ladies, just honestly, being submissive, it will naturally come. It won't be forced. It won't feel forced. A lot of us feel like, simply because we have a man, because we are with a man, that we just have to submit because I'm supposed to, right? No, it's gonna happen naturally. You won't feel like you're doing it simply because you're with this man, right? Not all men are men. Not all men are men, period. First, he's got to show himself as trustworthy to you. He's got to prove that he's trustworthy and he's capable of making these decisions, right? First, ladies, just know that all men are not worthy of being submitted to. Let that like really sink in. All men are not worthy of being submitted to. How do you know that he's worthy? Well, like I said, he's going to show you that he's trustworthy. You're going to be able to trust him and his actions and his decision making. And, you being able to trust him to get the small stuff done around the house, to pay the bills. He'll be a good father. He'll be an example, a good example for you and your children, right? He'll take the initiative on things. He'll just get some stuff done that you needed done, right? He's going to help you out. Those types of things, his actions, how he behaves and what he does will tell you everything you need to know. He's going to show himself trustworthy. You won't have to worry about if you can trust him or not, pretty much. That is a lot of responsibility. It is, right? But when he's capable and he's showing you, y'all, that he's capable, you will naturally submit. And a lot of women actually do this without even knowing, because you've got somebody who's capable at your house, who's responsible at your house, right? And you're already doing this. So talking to somebody earlier this week about this subject, and she was like, "Oh, I guess I already do that. I just didn't know it." Well, that's what happens. It happens naturally. You probably won't even know. It ain't something that you got to think about. He's just gonna show you, and then you're gonna be like, "Okay, I can trust him. He's showing me this. I trust his decisions, and I know he got my best interests at heart, and my kids, we good. So I trust him to lead. I trust him to guide. Right. That's where you'll be." Ladies, you still got to be able to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Yes, even when you're submitting, you got to be able to think for yourself. Your husband or your man is the leader, but he does not rule you. Say that one more time. Your husband or your man is the leader, but he does not rule you. He does not rule you. He's gonna be able just to take the lead and, like I said, to get things done. But you've got to have a mind of your own. Like I just said, a lot of guys who are controlling, y'all, they love submission is a word that they love, because if he's controlling, you think about it. If this guy's controlling, that means they think that they can tell you like what to do, and then you have to obey. That's a crazy thought process, but that's how they think. That's how this controlling man will think. So he probably would love the idea of you submitting to him because whatever he does to you or tells you to do, he just feels like you have to obey him. That ain't how they work either. That's not what submission is. Like, for an example, like as a woman, like you, for me, I think there's a difference between like the respect thing and then like, you know, I'm asking for permission. I'm running something by you. I'm telling you that I'm going out with my homegirls or whatever, you know. I'm just running it by you because I'm being respectful. I'm not coming to you to ask for your permission or, you know, for you to tell me that I can go. I'm just being respectful and letting you know where I'm going. That is the difference of respect and then, you know, being controlled with submission. That's not submission. That's not what it is, right? Being respectful and then submitting is completely different, right? Completely different, especially when it's done with the wrong intentions by a controlling man, is what I'm saying. Know that you should respect your husband's or a man's wishes, but his wishes should not go against God's will. And that was really big, really big. That's really big. This can be a whole slew of things, like a plethora of things, a whole bunch of different things. But you sit back and you think about it. Like if you've ever dealt with or you're dealing with like any mistreatment, you know, any abuse, infidelity, whatever it is, right? If you're being abused, if you have a controlling person, and most likely if you're being abused, whoever you're with is controlling, you're being abused, right? They literally will expect you to sit there and take that because you're submissive, you're submitting, right? That's not what submission is, y'all. Submission is not that. I give you another example. Give you another example. You believe in God's word, right? I do. I believe in God's word, but then if I get asked, if I'm married, I get asked to participate in a threesome. So if I'm gonna do this, right, submit to my man and do what he's asking me to do, does that align with what God wants for marriage? We all know the answer to that. No, it does not. A marriage is between three people. I say, well, two. You, your spouse, and then God, the Almighty. I do not agree, right? Remember that. Again, I'm gonna say that again because it's good, right? Um, Respect your husband's or man's wishes, but his wishes should not go against God's will. And I do believe in that. Ladies, just know that submitting is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. Literally, it's just respect. It's literally respect. That real guy will respect you. He'll respect your opinions, and he's gonna listen to you. You will matter, right? A man, a real one, he's gonna respect everything about you that comes with you. It's okay to be submissive, but to the right one. It is okay to be submissive, but it's got to be to the right man. Again, it won't feel forced. When it's the right guy, you won't feel like it's something that you have to do. Period. You just literally trusting this man to do what's best for you and your family. You know he got your best interests at heart. That comes with you knowing him, though. You've got to know him first. You've got to get to know him and learn what he's capable of. Learn if he's trustworthy or not. That's all I'm saying, right? It comes with you being able to trust him, simply put. Like I said last episode, so we as women, we got to start picking and choosing better because you're making this decision. It's a choice to be with somebody. Nobody's making you. We got to start choosing better. Make sure that the man submits to the Lord first. I play about a lot, but that ain't one of them, right? Make sure that he submits to the Lord first. When you have a man who's capable of leading, ladies, let him. If he's capable of doing it, then let him do it. Let him do it, right? When you don't, and you know you feel like you wear the pants and you're gonna wear the pants, he's this man is gonna feel less than. He's literally gonna feel like a child, right? He won't feel like a man in his own home. He won't feel secure. And all of us, men and women, have to feel secure in these relationships, marriages. But that man should be able to wear the pants in that household, to feel like a man, and you should make him feel like such. Ladies, you are not submitting to feel inferior or less than him or beneath him. Inferior. You are not submitting for that reason. And guys, your woman, she is not submitting so that you can feel superior to her, above her, because you're not. You're equal. You're equals. The respect got to be mutual on both sides. But there is nothing wrong with submitting to a man, to the right man. You should be submitting to the one, y'all, who has proven and shown that he can lead you and your family, knowing that his footsteps are ordered by God. That's a word. Submit to the one who has proven and shown that he can lead you and your family, and you know that his footsteps are ordered by God. That's good. Your man, he's going to include you in these important decisions, and he will respect how you see things, or pretty much see things from your perspective, your point of view. That's what type of person you need. That's what you're doing when you're submitting to the right one for the right reasons, with the right intentions, with the man who has the right intentions for you. When it's done correctly, it's a beautiful thing. Submitting is not bad, but you have to know who you're submitting to. Ask yourself, are they letting God lead them? That is a question you need to really ask yourself. Are they letting God lead them? Because if not, there is honestly no telling where they may be leading you to. You're trusting them to lead, right? When you submit, that's what you're doing. You're trusting your man to lead. But if he's not submitting to God, you don't know where he's taking you to. You just, at that point, you're following blindly. For real. So I heard it explained this way, and I do love it. I'll never forget how I heard it, right? Um, the man is the head, the woman is the neck. But that head cannot move without that neck. And it makes perfect sense. He's the head, the woman is the neck. That woman or that head is supported by what? The neck, right? It cannot make any turns. It cannot move without the neck, right? The head needs the neck for support. That's what you're there for, ladies. That's pretty good too. Remember, not every man is capable of leading, and not every man is worthy of being submitted to. Find a man who submits to God, so it'll be easier to be submissive to your man. Ooh, that's good. That was so good. Y'all, that was so good. I'm done. I'm done. Um, I'm done, y'all. I'm finna get off Facebook. I'm live off here. Hold on, let's close this. Hey, ma. Who in here on YouTube though? Hey, brother. Good to see you here. Hey, ma. I do want to remind y'all though, if you are here, it's ended. Mm-mm. Okay. Y'all, I do want to remind you though, for the ones who have been watching, and watching. Um, next week I will be live, but like I said, I'll be live on Wednesday instead of Thursday. Again, my birthday's next week on next Friday, so on Thursday I'll actually be traveling out of town, so I won't be able to get on here on Thursday. So podcasters, if you listen to me, um, if you guys listen to me, um, you'll have a I have a post up, or I'll have an episode up probably Wednesday night or early, like very early Thursday morning next week. I love y'all so much. I thank you for stopping by. If you have not, please give me a like while you're here. Go ahead and give me a like. Y'all gotta share these with your people. Share them with your people. Get me around, right? I'm done. I gave my spiel, y'all. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for tuning in to season 3, episode 3 of Keena's Corner. I thank you so much for being here in my corner, y'all. I hope you enjoyed tonight as much as I enjoyed delivering the message. Thank y'all for stopping by for another episode of Keena's Corner. I'm your girl, Keena. I'm out. Signing out. I love y'all. Talk to you next week.